Fight Freaks. This is your boy Big Steve G, and welcome to another podcast on TheTitleFight.com. We're going to start this session off with recapping this last weekend's bouts, and we're going to begin with the Friday Night Fights doubleheader from Hollywood, Florida. In the co-feature, top welterweight contender Ed Paredes took on Manuel Leyva in a 10-round welterweight bout. The always crowd-pleasing Paredes was hoping to get a quick knockout, and by the looks of Leyva's soft, untrained body, it was going to happen. Paredes dominated this fight with crisp combinations to the body and head and was able to score 2 knockdowns in the 5th and was able finally to stop him in the 7th. It was an impressive win for Paredes, who's looking for a big fight at 147. I do see him matching up well with the likes of Andre Berto or Victor Ortiz. We'll have to see what the future holds for this young, great fighter. In the Friday Night Fights main event, former 2-division title holder Joan Guzman took on Jesus Pavon of Puerto Rico. The last few years haven't been all that great for Guzman, as he has had many problems with making weight for bouts, which have cost him percentages of his purse and lost opportunities at title belts, particularly the incident with Nate Campbell in 2008. Once again, Guzman wasn't able to make the contracted weight, as he was a half pound over the contracted weight of 147 pounds. However, he was able to burn the weight off and made the contracted weight 2 hours later. Inside the ring, it was all Guzman, as he dominated Pavon with his speedy combinations and great movement. Pavon just couldn't get going in this fight, and Guzman dropped him 4 times in this fight, including the crusher, which was a beautiful left hook in the 8th, which ended the fight. A good win for Guzman, who still remains unbeaten at age 35, and maybe he has a little bit more in the tank to make another run at a title. Moving forward, in back-to-back Saturdays, a former cruiserweight champion attempted to become only the 3rd man to win a piece of the heavyweight championship, as former cruiserweight champion Jean-Marc Mormec took on heavyweight kingpin Vladimir Klitschko in Dusseldorf, Germany. As usual, Klitschko dominated the fight with his jab and crisp combinations and knocked out the unworthy challenger Mormec in the 4th round. Mormec only landed 3 punches in the entire fight, and he wasn't able to get anything started against the great Vladimir. What does the future hold for the brothers Klitschko? Well, there doesn't seem to be any fighter in the heavyweight division who poses any kind of threat to either brother, and they will not fight each other. So I see both brothers continuing to dominate the heavyweight division until it's time for both of them to hang them up. A strange event happened over the weekend in the Philippines, as IBF featherweight champion Rey Boom Boom Batista was scheduled to defend his title against a Mexican challenger by the name of Genaro Garcia. However, the wrong fighter was sent to the Philippines to face Batista. A fighter with the same exact name was sent to the Philippines. However, he had a poorer record and was a much heavier than the originally scheduled opponent. The fight went on as scheduled, with Batista scoring a 2nd-round knockout. The promoter of the fight promised to refund all ticket sales for the fight due to this fiasco. Only in boxing. Okay, in this week's Classic Review, we're going to look back at a 1996 Junior Featherweight Championship match between undefeated Junior Featherweight champion Marco Antonio Barrera, making his 9th defense of his title against former Bantamweight champion Junior Jones. 1996 was a big year for Barrera, as he was getting national exposure for the first time, particularly his fight with Kennedy McKinney, which was the first HBO Boxing After Dark main event, as well as 1996 Fight of the Year. He was 43-0 and was in the top 5 pound-for-pound fighters at the time that he faced Jones. He was looking forward to a possible mega fight with featherweight champion Prince Nassim Hamed, who was at ringside. Junior Jones was perceived to be on the downside of his career, as he had suffered 2 knockout losses to both John Michael Johnson and Darryl Pickney. Despite all of this, Jones was still only 25 years old and appeared to be another victim on Barrera's record. They met on November 22, 1996 in Tampa, Florida, as a co-feature for Roy Jones versus Mike McCallum. The fight started off with Jones using his excellent jab and reach to prevent Barrera's ability to get inside and bang to the body. With this strategy, Jones was able to control the pace of the first 2 rounds. In the 3rd, Barrera started to get inside and start landing punches. By the 5th round, it was starting to look like a typical Barrera fight, which was an all-out slugfest and war. In the 5th, the action started to heat up, and both men traded shots, and Jones was able to connect with a hard right hand that sent Barrera to the canvas near the end of the round. Barrera was dazed, and Jones moved in to finish the job with straight rights and lefts as Barrera was on the ropes. Barrera's corner stepped in to stop the bout, and Jones was awarded the victory by fifth-round disqualification. However, it really was a TKO. Well, that about does it for this session, Fight Freaks. Until next time, this is your boy Big Steve G. Have yourself a good one.